So it looks like we are live, and we're about 5 seconds behind schedule.
5 seconds? Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're doing pretty good. So we're trying something new tonight. We're going to try live streaming and see how that works for us. See if we can get anyone to watch this live. So welcome to the rabbit hole, guys. Wasn't that an impressive interview we did on Friday?
Yeah, with Tom. Yeah. That was definitely pretty impressive. But hey, don't forget to subscribe and like to our channel. We also have a Patreon, and we're still looking forward to a couple more people to subscribe and send out a T-shirt. So
we're
you need to help us with that.
We're at 4 subscribers. We need to get 6 more to give away a T-shirt.
Yeah, but Tom was pretty cool. Yeah, the things just rolled off his tongue. Seemed like on Friday, just easily, like butter.
Butter?
Like butter. Yeah, not like maple syrup. Not the good stuff. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. And
dude, the guy's in. Colin, thanks for hooking us up with him, by the way.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Nothing I did. I just asked.
No, it's your fault.
Question.
We're blaming you. And,
just ask the question.
Yeah.
But no, you're welcome. I mean, thank you for doing the podcast, or else I wouldn't get to talk to my heroes. So this is awesome. So
you got to find more heroes.
I know. I don't have that many.
Yeah. What's up with that?
A few more.
Yeah, there you go.
You get to know them a little better, and you're like, yeah.
Well, getting to know your heroes sometimes is not always good.
That was good.
Yeah, I really like Tom. I just like a lot. I love just listening to him go off, because a part of it is like, yeah, he gets very passionate and inflamed about it, but he's been doing this for so long, and he still is very intense and passionate about it. And that's just something that culturally, I don't think we know how to be serious about anything anymore, really, is kind of because everything is so absurd and a joke, and kind of TV is always the, cynical, dry, sarcastic humor. So everyone is now cynical, dry, and sarcastic. From my observation, that's what it seems like to me. So I like it when guys like that are willing to kind of put it out on a limb and tell you what they really think, and are pretty dang on accurate about their prognostication and how they've identified the problem. But yeah, no, that was awesome. So there'll be more of that down the road, I'm sure. There's plenty of interesting people out there. Yeah,
the future rabbit holes.
Yeah, future rabbit holes.
Yeah, we just need some more notches in our belt, and we can start inviting them back. See, like, hey, look, come on, we bumped our views up. So,
yep.
I'm sure they would do it irregardless. They do this out of the passion for it, but
which is different than a lot of other podcasters.
Big time.
They have a huge passion. And X, those guys blow things up on X all day long. They just live, eat it.
But their engagement is actually relatively low. If you've noticed the amount of people interfacing with them, like the likes they get, less than 1,000, couple hundred if they're lucky. The people that follow them, though, a lot of, big people follow them, so they want to track their feeds. So it's kind of interesting, like how X works. I can't quite figure out, because some of the most influential people in this world that are helping push the needle, a lot of them they have a ton of followers, but not a lot of engagement. So I don't know if that's just the population doesn't pay attention to this stuff en masse. Because I know like 20 of those people that like it, one of those, like it's me and my friends all watch this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird. Like, I'm like, are there any other people out there? Like, why is this getting such little traction? It's getting more and more for sure, but
yeah. Joe Rogan is looking at EM Burlingame.
How do you know that?
Really?
Well, because he's talking back and forth with him.
Really? I haven't seen that. Oh my gosh. What, you mean EM's texting at him? on Twitter?
They're exchange. Well,
Rogan doesn't do that. Are you serious?
It may be a parody account or not, but who knows? Joe Rogan does Joe Rogan. Yeah, you guys will look at some of his postings
I mean,
and look
if
at who's
EM wanted to
making
get on
comments.
there, he certainly could. I'm not sure he would even want to, and I'm not sure Rogan be able to handle it. Like that would be, but I mean, he knows all the right people. He could get on there if he wanted, but I
He's
don't
not looking for
see.
it.
No, he's not that kind of personality. Like he would, if he was offered, he would go, but he wouldn't push it. It's kind of a. I mean, honestly, the people that listen to Joe Rogan, I'm sorry, are not. It depends on the interview, right? Because every now and again he'll grab someone very interesting, but that's been a very long time. That hasn't happened in a while. There's been a couple here or there, but
I mean, that you find interesting or what?
Well, yeah, that I find interesting, but I would also say that I don't know. I guess I'm a little harsh on what other people find interesting, and I'm like, do you
I've
know
noticed
why
that.
you think that's interesting, or do you just think that's supposed to be interesting, and so you act like you know what's going on there? And there's people that
Yeah.
genuinely are interested in it for sure, but I think a lot of it is kind of like people turning on NPR, trying to get smarter,
Mm.
and it's like
Yeah,
you're not like really, you know.
and there's
But
some people that he interviews, and it's just interesting to listen to the interaction between the two of them or a couple of them, and how they
There's
kind
that
of
one.
go back and forth.
Here's that one geologist that was talking about Atlantis and then the floods and the.
yeah, I like those. I like
Those are amazing.
Graham Hancock and oh gosh, what's his name?
He was also on Sean Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I really like that big Minnesotan dude.
Yeah, he is awesome.
Yeah, he's really cool. His channel's great.
The guy that is an actor and he does math and that kind of stuff has some, I forgot what kind of patents and stuff like that. African American guy.
Randall Carlson. That's who it is. Go ahead. Sorry.
He was really interesting. Talk about where things are going and how there's pseudo math happening and that kind of stuff and changing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that was really interesting.
Wait, hang on. Are you talking about you're talking about that actor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy is funny. I forgot his name.
Me too. But I really like listening to his concepts and even though there are a lot of them that are over my head.
Well, he's on to something, but he is not Terrence.
Yeah, Terrence.
I forgot his last name. He's clued into that our current form of mathematics does put us into a box of sorts, in the sense that things tend to extrapolate upward or downward infinitesimally instead of in a continuum framework. That whenever you're running a mathematical algorithm, it's like just the whole frame of reference of how we even think about mathematics is wrong. He's right about that, and he's right about a lot of stuff. I don't think he fully understands what he's trying to get at, because he's a Hollywood genius, right? That's how he thinks of himself. Like he's a savant but he's still Hollywood. He's a total Hollywood. He's like, me and Snoop Dogg were in the den and we were just chilling, thinking about, hey, it's like you're going to your philosopher Snoop Dogg to talk about how the world works. I mean, I get it. They're in a bubble, but it's still kind of like, anyway. It is interesting. I do agree.
Yeah.
I just can't listen to it anymore because it's just kind of, he doesn't really know what he's talking about, in my opinion. I think he finds little candies that he picks up and he's like, "Ooh, this is how my brain works. This is very creative thinking. I like this." And then he takes it and regurgitates it and throws it back out there. And then he's realized that the scientific profession has been hijacked by bad actors. He's 100% right about that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good stuff that he's realized. It's just, I hate Hollywood people so much. They're so annoying.
But there's things, the people that he pops on that catches my interest a lot. And then him having Trump on was a master class on Trump's son, pointing him to Joe Rogan, and it was a really interesting couple hour just them having a conversation together. I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. Not a lot of other people would do that. So I was like, all right, but there's other ones that,
no, it's
but
useful
that's like every
because
podcast.
he'll still get like people like Michael Schellenberger and some left wing, like he's still an estuary for left wing commentary act to come on, and then he's smart enough. He plays dumb, but he's smart enough to get them in like logic feedback loops, like where their brain starts breaking or they can't answer certain questions. So he definitely moves the dial in narrative warfare. There's no doubt about it. It's still the most powerful, maybe not the most powerful, but it's up there in the most powerful narrative warfare weapons in the West for sure. So
Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll go to one of his comedy shows too. They're in Austin.
Joe's.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, he doesn't do stand up really anymore. But he has that club. He never was a good stand up.
Joe Rogan?
Nah, he was never that good.
Oh,
he
dude.
says. I mean, no, he says that. Like, I mean, he's just right. He's not the best stand up. It's not that he isn't funny. He can be funny, but there's so much better stand up than Joe Rogan's. So much. Like,
well, he got rid of that Mind of Miss Mancia guy. He got rid of him because he was stealing his jokes and would go up on stage.
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago.
Hey, I'm behind the times, but he's still a hero to me. What time of night is it? And you're drinking a Monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, to keep him awake, and then you're drinking not coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm drinking water. Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah. So, yeah, all those are pretty fun. So I went to a leadership meeting yesterday. It was Leadership Institute Conservative Campaign Workshop. And that was pretty interesting because I don't know anything about this, being a candidate or how to run for an office and all that kind of stuff. And so I learning as I go. And so I learned a lot of stuff and had some really good speakers. Missed a little bit of it because I had to go see a client. Worked this weekend as a hospice chaplain. So I got pulled away. One of the things that I learned was Facebook. I think Colin said this. Facebook is one of those big things where everybody and their uncle is on and communicate and contact and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of cool to learn about how that all works. That and Instagram, and that's kind of the major way people are communicating their candidacy and what they're doing and getting everything out. And how it works and what doesn't work. And everybody that wants to do that kind of side will need a person to be the IT for that. You have to pay. It's like, yeah, everything is pretty expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get some money.
Oh yeah.
Colin, you did this. How do you get money?
You
ask
everyone and you just make it a habit every single time. You just got to figure out a way to do it. It sucks, but when you're in it for the right reason, you just think of it as, you're asking for ammunition so you can keep pulling the trigger. So it's not a hard ask. It's just hard to close.
Yep.
But also getting with other candidates, making friends with people at the local level, finding out who the big, who's got a few bucks lying around in your district that may be sympathetic, that, couple $100, 200, whatever, even that helps a lot. But you really need to find someone that can cut you $1,000 check and not be a big deal. These people are helpful.
Yeah, that is very helpful. Yeah, I got to meet some of those people.
Yeah, it's hard to nickel and dime this thing together, but it is doable. Get a your payment apps, your what do you Venmo, all that stuff. Get a QR code on your pushers. Anything that just have it on you. Just, hey, would you be willing to make a donation to the campaigns going for flyers? And if you feel like they're friendly, even $5, whatever you feel like led to help donate, I'd appreciate it.
I keep coming back to this idea that since the lady that we're competing against really hates guns and voted against the gun industry, when I'm thinking about going to all the gun stores and asking for money to help.
Absolutely, that's a legit move, 100%. Why not? Let them know. I mean, because they're already innately political, whether they want to be or not. They just are. So
they almost shut them down.
Yeah.
Well, they tried to real hard.
Yeah. Closed down every single gun store in New Mexico.
Well, it would have been impossible. We're working on our FFL, and the amount of wrangling you got to do to make it work is just, and then to put all that video recording, and then you have to have set office hours. It adds a level of complexity that's just impressive.
Do you know who Paul is? We got a chatter.
Paul? Yeah, I see it.
You want to tackle that one?
What do we got? God would house among us. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That's up your alley.
No,
there.
Let's not feed that one. I think I don't know what his point. Like, if you have a point or a question, Paul, you can go ahead and make it. But I'm
Paul's not here no more.
Oh, that's sad.
So continue on. So it was fun. It was exciting. Got to talk to Cody while I was on my way down to see a client and back and stuff, and just kind of unpacking what I was learning and information. I got to rub elbows with people that from all over the state, it seemed like, and they're going to have another one in April, and learning as I go. It was fun. Yeah. I was also definitely tired after that. Had to take a nap.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I've always, even when I'm not in your position and I go to that stuff, it wears me out. It's just,
yeah. But good day, very good day, and it was the one running for. Yeah.
I think you're watching the podcast. Turn the volume down on someone.
No,
because I hear feet. Oh, okay.
Nope, you
I
are.
heard an echo. No, I'm not. Anyways, no, but that's cool that, these connections will help us in the future for what we're working on. Yeah. I think it's going to be awesome.
That's weird. I didn't know where that's coming from. That feedback.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just being echoed. So
you are. I'm just kidding.
So what else do you guys want to talk about? Or do you have any questions for me about that?
Well, what did you find about being around all the politicians? I mean, didn't you, Colin said he knew one of the ladies from his neck of the woods too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cat, something or another, Cat
Parks.
Parks. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's nice, and she's effective at what she does.
Yeah. Sounds like she's definitely a go-getter. And
yeah, big time. No, she's highly productive.
Knows quite a few people. And then they also had Nicholas Glad that talked about the IT stuff, and that guy was dropping a lot of information, speed talking. I had a hard time keeping up with that, and talked about Facebook and all the other things. He also said few signs, but Facebook, if you have the choice between signs and Facebook is a greater avenue. I was like,
definitely.
That's why I'm getting a lot of Facebook ads and posts and stuff. It's like, this makes sense. I get it now.
Well, they're pretty inexpensive, and you can go on and put ads on both platforms if you get a professional.
No, you just there's a toggle. So you just toggle over, and whatever you post on one, it automatically posts on the other. How do I know that? I've done it, and I've gotten a lot of bots. I lost money off of that. Yeah, didn't know how to get around it, and you have to have someone that's a professional or knows how to run those things so you don't get the bots. was like, oh, yeah, I get it. I definitely get it now. So a lot of the stuff was applicable to what I was doing. Yeah. And then talked about campaign managers and what they're supposed to do and all kinds of stuff. I was like, I need people. I know what I know what to ask now. So before I stepped into that, I wasn't really quite sure what to ask for, but now I do. And I know uh, when I get a candidate, um, ask a few questions and I'll know what they know or what they don't know, or if they're in it for just getting the money. Those people. Colin talked about those kind of people. Grifters, is that what you called them?
Consultants.
Yeah, that just take money. They really don't help the campaign very much and stuff. It's like, okay, so learning lots. Yeah, and they also had a good meal too.
What did they serve?
I have no idea. I missed it. I had to go to see a client. Oh, yeah.
They had to go do the Lord's work. I see.
Yeah. But any other questions? Because I'm trying to think of
no, it's just
I'm glad you're
other
mixing it
interesting
up.
things.
And yeah, you're definitely that's very interesting. Cat Parks is running around in District 26. Was it District 26 or was it
just
for
New
the
Mexico.
whole county in Albuquerque?
It was Albuquerque, and people from north and south, whoever came and joined, and they have a 9-day, I think it's in the East Coast, workshop or training for uh, for campaign managers. As probably they're saying it's one of the top, and they really know how to train them and stuff. And so, and they will also do scholarships.
Yeah. No, the GOP is definitely, I mean, they have a long ways to go, but when I was, and I mean, people saw it, they were not doing anything. It was totally dysfunctional. It's amazing we've won as many elections as we have with that kind of leadership running the party. I mean, it was so bad. It's really just, you cannot describe how insanely dysfunctional. It was literally run by, best case scenario, people with that were, I hate to bash on old people, but they were like in their 60s and 70s, and they're just getting run over by railroad cars. They have no idea what they're doing and what they're dealing with now. They think this is like nice or a fun thing or something. I don't know, but
the way they've done it,
to find their killers, so that's good.
Well, the way they've done it for 50 years it has to change and evolve. You can't just rely on conventional media. You have to go out and use unconventional forms of media, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, all these different platforms, and you got to go out and really make a difference. And they're not familiar with that. They're used to the old way of doing it.
And several of them didn't even have accounts. So I was like, oh, okay. And then this one lady, Ramona Goldsby, she's running for Secretary of State, and she's the one that brought him in. She's like, these are the guys that are going to teach us how to do this and do it well. And the room was filled. It was packed.
She's good. We need to get her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She said she'd come on the podcast. We need to.
Ask.
She seems very, she, just from what I'm hearing, she sounds like a really good ally. Somebody that'll be in she'll tell you the truth. She'll tell you the truth and like not BS you about stuff. Is what it sounds like. That's good.
And she helped me through a couple of issues that I ran into. I was like, wow, this is quick. This is fast.
There's a lot of technical stuff that you got to be on top of, because if you're enemy, the person you're running against, they find one thing wrong with you and they got a whole bunch of people that are going to be coming through your stuff. They find something wrong or misplaced, or your sign is slightly mislabeled, you're going to get a letter and it's going to be a whole thing, and it'll be a pain in the, so it's worth figuring out the rules and like the proper way to do this on the front end. 100%. It will bite you in the ass later.
Well, I can say that we wouldn't have gotten this far if it wasn't for her, because the guy that you were working with is kind of a, he kind of left you hanging out there to dry.
Just
in my opinion, from
just
what
drop it. Yeah. this lady, Ramona, she was willing to sit down and make sure I had everything that I needed and gave me a binder and
Yeah.
organized. And uh, she did really, really well by me and answered questions. Took an hour, and it was amazing. And how many candidates would do that? How many people are interested in their fellow candidates succeeding? That's the big thing.
Well, I mean, if she's smart, she realizes you're a force multiplier for her.
Yeah,
So that's how,
Yeah.
like, I mean, if you're running, that's how you, like, once you find your coalition of people that are like minded enough, then you just all link up and you draft off of each other's campaigns. That saves a ton of time and energy.
oh
Well, if
yeah,
it wasn't for that guy, I have to say we wouldn't have gotten involved as far as we have. So we'll give him that. But he did give you some good advice. So
finding out if there's any local city councilmen running also in your area that are like-minded or conservative that you could team up with, and if they go to an event, let you know, like, hey, can I come? And I'll let you know what I find out, whatever, it's
yeah,
um stuff like that, like, because those are the local people are what you want, obviously, that, but
oh
that's
yeah,
also another way to, you want to find the nodes that branch off into all the potential energy to tap into instead of going out and building your own energy network, which you still have
yeah,
to do. You got to do that too, but it's much faster to go find those nodes.
yeah. And then Janice Jones, Arnold Jones, she's been helpful. She made sure that her and Daphne helped me make sure that everything was what I needed, and looked up all the names, make sure they were on the roster. And there's two that they had to check off because they were not a Republican or in the district or something. And so I knew exactly my numbers. So that gave me a lot of mental relief because, like, do I need to go and find more? Because I was thinking there's going to be 10. I'd be off by 10. But these ladies helped me a lot. So I'm like, all right, uh, people are there for me. So that's pretty cool. And then I posted it on the different platforms that I was running, and quite a few people, were excited about it. One guy, Nathan, he's up in Santa Fe, and so he's like, "If I could vote for you, yeah, I would vote for you, but anything you need." I was like, "Right on." So it's kind of cool to hear the people that are popping out of the woodwork.
Yeah, and there'll be more.
Yeah,
It'll be very interesting to see how it all works together. You get kind of like I don't, for me, my strategic, like, I was going like, okay, this person knows this person knows it. And then it became kind of a game to me a little bit, not to sound too psychopathic, but
yeah,
it is a game. It absolutely is a game.
yeah.
And understanding the rules, understanding the players, understanding the stakes, it all it's just fascinating. And then when you really start pulling the covers back and looking at what's underneath, that's when things get really interesting. So I don't know much about New Mexico politics, but I'm sure you're about to find out exactly how
yeah.
that all works. So
And it may be one of those things where, uh, heaven forbid, I lose this race, yet I still keep within the Republican sphere and continue to help and learn and grow, and then do it again and then knock it out of the park.
certain elements in the GOP are finally making a move at reach out towards churches. That is starting to happen. They're starting to normalize. I think they've realized they need to normalize this and like do shows and presentations of certain political people coming into churches, kind of make it normal for Christian right wingers to see that, because that's just verboten for us. We're not usually used to that, but I do see them making early attempts at that. It's probably going to get out of hand. Just I'm thinking about the evangelical fervor of American evangelical churches and politics. Uh that's a Pandora's box that once that's opened, I don't know if you can close that one. Not without another
Well,
war.
the thing I find interesting is the right wing has always been like the religious right, but they've always played by the rules as far as not having people come in and talk to them and all that stuff. And now that they removed that restriction, it seems like the church that I was working with down here, they're having like people come into the church and talk to them, like campaign, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Legacy Church here in Albuquerque that I want to connect with because it's within the close to the area and district that I have. So I'd be really interested in talking with their leaders and seeing how they can support me. That'd be kind of cool because it's one of those mega churches and they do a lot of good stuff in the community.
And they are politically active too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those are the people you really want are the ones that'll actually get up and do something. And if they've already proven that they do that already without like you trying to get that to happen, that's like,
yeah,
oh my good, that is so powerful. You get that church fired up enough of those guys fired up enough about your campaign and what it could mean about bringing, like you're a minute, like you bring that back into Texas or New Mexican politics.
I'm moving to Texas.
Then
Austin, here I come.
Dude, it really could be. I mean, you could get 300 to 400 votes from that church alone, lowball, if you just stay constant with them a little bit. If you can find a link, at least that many.
Yeah.
And then donation.
And get some of their volunteers.
Volunteers is big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you have a turning point chapter in Albuquerque somewhere?
Somewhere.
I definitely would link up with them.
And then their Young Republic. I've been trying to reach out to them too.
You should just go to one of their meetings if you can.
Yeah.
How do you find their meetings? Just
get a sense for it. You got to kind of look at them because a lot of these young Republican groups are a bunch of dweebs, honestly, that are just, it's just like, it's the closest thing to social life that they'll get. And they're not really they don't really know what's going on. They're just
the young Republicans down here are pretty pulled together.
It may be different there. I'm just thinking about what's.
Down here in Las Cruces, I don't know about up there.
Maybe it's just your county, your area. I'll find out. I'm hoping to find out.
There's good chapters out there. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so you want to change the subject to something else?
Yeah, let's get into some conspiracy, man. Let's go down the rabbit hole here.
So BB's missing.
That's what they're saying. And
really?
They're thinking that his hands and other, his images are definitely AI done because they're coming up more fingers than a person should have than he had before.
When does BB going into a coffee shop ever? Like, stop. Like, this whole thing is ridiculous. But I don't know. Not you, but his son is missing too. And he's in Miami. His wife, and they all just like, so it doesn't mean anything yet. It's just been weird because it's been about a week, I think, week and a half. That's a long, that's when tripwires start getting hit for public figures. It's like, okay, we need to see if this guy has a pulse still. Can we have a wellness check somewhere? Like, BB, where are you?
Well, yeah, it's kind of been a trend lately. World leaders getting blown up. So hopefully
kidnapped slash rescued.
Yeah.
Well, his son lives in Miami and he's gone too. So if you wanted to kidnapping BB is tough. You could probably kill him relatively easily if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You could definitely snatch his son if you wanted to. My bet is he's gone into hiding, or he's moving up and around, getting out of getting out while he getting's good. Because I think certain decisions have been made, and also that oil refinery they blew up in Iran. So General Holt's been saying that. So he's tied into the White House with certain people. He's got, and I actually believe him. He basically came out and said today that he's negotiating contracts with certain people or making introductions to begin the process of getting investors for nationalizing California's oil refinery system.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, because California is basically acting like a Confederate state. They're actively like sabotaging their infrastructure.
Well, they have the Air Resources Board there. It just screws everything up.
Well, I'm saying that the political warfare has been weaponized. Like they're actively trying to cripple our energy, and so I think they're setting up to nationalize those refineries. Which, if that happens, holy shit, that's like. And this
how would they do that?
They can do it under what's the act?
Are you saying they go in and let the feds take under the War Powers Act and pull them back?
The War Manufacturing Act, something like that. I can't remember the exact name of it, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a different kind of nerd than the guys you hang out with, but I watch like how much the production levels. I watch like how much fuel is available.
I don't watch that. I'm glad someone is here
because it's boring.
It's very important though.
No, it's just the way you can like do market research and see what to invest in. If you see, like, I watch ship traffic, I watch, it's stupid stuff like because I was a truck driver, so I look at load. You know, like what is the load board looking like? How much traffic's moving and where they're going? Just because I'm a nerd.
So the thing with the Straits of Hormuz and us gaining control of the insurance market,
dude, that's a big deal.
It's people don't. I mean, I don't think anyone really understands, except maybe a few people in the world, how big of a deal that is. I mean, everyone understands there's something big about it. I didn't even believe it was really happening until I saw it on like mainstream news, and they're all of a sudden talking about how Lloyds is backing out of the insurance. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's really happening. That's crazy.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's like, because the Strait of Hormuz is that, I mean, do you know about it, Cody? Do you want to elaborate? Or Corey, you can.
Well, the Straits of Hormuz is a choke point. Well, that's where all the oil comes, like what? 30% of the oil of the world? It goes everywhere.
No.
It goes to America, India, China.
Some goes to America, but not really. The vast majority goes to Asia.
Yeah.
And Europe and Asia, basically. So, which makes sense. It's right there. It's between Europe and Asia. So,
and I think the United Emirates is supposed to make a canal. There's more talk about that last about month or so, that they want to make a canal so they can buy. They can get they don't have to send their oil down through that way. They could do another shipping lane. So they can
Dubai on the Thames.
Yeah.
That's like. Yeah, I mean, it's not an accident that the major financial hubs eventually are next to swamps or estuaries that enter into large bodies of water. Amsterdam, New York, London, not really.
Well, there's a lot of power. They say that everything they say everything moves by ship. I mean, by truck. Well, it was 90% of it was on a ship first. Well, maybe 75% of it was on a ship first.
Yeah. You got ship, rail, pipelines, and air. That's about it. And trucking, obviously.
Yeah. So one of the things that you can, because trucking's logistics. So I've always been interested in logistics. So I look at truckloads, where they're going, what products are moving. I look at shipping. My favorite guy to watch is what's going on in shipping. He's a really good analyst. He tells you what everything's going on. He really got me into looking at ship traffic. There's a website you can go on and look at where all the ships are going. And there's like, the thing that's scary is that the Straits of Hormuz, they're sitting down at the bottom by Dubai, waiting to go around. They're just waiting. There's probably 20 ships sitting there just waiting to go around on both sides.
And then some of them are turning off their transponders and just flying through just to get their stuff through.
That's why I think, well, I wonder if it's really that few, or if it's the Chinese have been moving in and out. Like, I don't see any real, I mean, they might have had a few hiccups, but they've been no problem. Indians, no problem.
Well, what's funny to me is the White House set up 1-800 tell us where the bad guys is so we can bomb them, like phone number. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
No.
They literally have a phone
call an airstrike.
Well, it's like it's a phone number, but it goes.
House.
Well, no, they have
my father-in-law's house. Nice.
They're really just trying to get rid of all the insurgency before it gets going. So they're like taking data, and they have a phone number up now. Hey, call this phone number in Washington. Tell us what you see, and we'll put it. If you're from Iran, and you see some bad guys, tell us where they are. We'll put it through our analysts, and we might drop a bomb there.
So I'd like to. This is another great example of the general theory that of the people that I've been inviting onto the podcast is about. People have it in their minds that countries are sovereign unto themselves. Now, you only have to hear that, you say that out loud before you laugh at yourself at how absurd that is, because that clearly is not true. There's interests, you may say like, oh, there's, you got to make a trade deal with France and then this country and that country. And it's way more complicated than that. You're talking about banks and factions and corporations, and you got to make separate deals and then wrap it up in a nice, neat bow that looks like a state trade deal. But it all happens on an individual basis at that lower level. When it comes to shipping insurance, the Brits have had that on lock for hundreds of years.
Yeah, that's the thing. I said, Lloyds of London, if that goes away, they're the ones that are keeping the ships from going through there.
I still can't really believe it, because it's like, but if they keep the Navy there and they're able to keep stuff from getting blown up, and I suspect, I don't see how they would have done this if they haven't made a deal with a faction in Iran already. It's not going to be the Crown Prince. I just don't think. I'm seeing certain elements making a push for him. I don't think that's going to fly. I
don't think they're going to go back under a monarchy.
Well, the problem is you're not going to have a democratic republic either. So what do you got? What options do you have? A technocracy or whatever? Split the country up and let warlords or tech magnates run over different segments. This is kind of where this whole technocratic idea comes from, is the world's beyond monarchs and empires. Let's have, instead, we're not going to get the Platonian philosopher king. So let's just get a really good CEO that's extremely competent to basically be your Lord and Savior that rules over your land like a lord, basically. That's really, and there's a logic to that, because you just have to get into politics and then realize, like, this is insanity. Like, this is clearly just cover for corrupt entities to come in and buy off control points.
The thing that is interesting to me is, if you look at history, the Persians weren't inherently Muslim.
No, not at all. Zoroastrian and Christian.
And the Muslim, the Iranian, whatever they call the people that took over,
the Shiites.
But they have a name for the Iranian Muslim order. I can't remember it, but they came in and
the Muslim Brotherhood. Are you?
No. The guys who run Iran that forced this whole. Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, but that's just their that's like the Chinese Red Army. That's just the name of their army.
Well, I understand, but they under that foot on their neck, pushing down on.
Correct, but that's what every country, their security runs the country effectively.
Well, but you have basically Muslim communism is what they've been running that country under.
And it's just been gangsterism to me.
Gangsters and Muslim socialism, and there's a lot of kids out there.
Back up, because I keep hearing this. Like, what socialism are you talking about? Like, what are we? I'm just confused by that. Go ahead, finish your point. But I do want to ask you that, because I keep hearing this from other people too.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that communism and the Muslim groups seem to be going hand in hand a lot, especially in Iran. And these people were a free people, and they got taken over, and they've been oppressed for 47 years or however, or whatever it's been. And I think that the thing they're trying to do is they're trying to get the people to uprise and come in and push them out. And they're giving them the ability. And then you got the Kurds coming in from the north, too.
So the way go ahead, sorry.
You have this big Kurdish land army coming in from northern Iraq over to Kuwait, and they're coming in and trying to relieve the Christian majority or whatever you want to call it. They're trying to emancipate them. The thing that's difference between this and Iraq is for Iraq we were country building. This one, they were like, we're going to go in here. We want someone better to do business with. We're going to give you the people, and we're going to have a say in how you do this, but you're going to go do it. And it seems like the Iranians are really in that, like ready to go. They're done with this, and
It depends on what channel you're watching. I agree with you. It really depends on what channel you're watching. I don't know what's going on in Iran. If I had to guess, I would think most people are trying to stay alive and not really trying to start a revolution, because here's the problem. If I'm an Iranian and the Americans are like, well, take to the streets, go fight your oppressors, and then we'll grant you sovereignty. It's like, am I going to trust them? I'm not.
If you set up a 1-800
government, Cody. You see what
I've worked for the American government.
We're a joke to them. I mean, yeah, we hope there's friendlies in there now, but still, it's like.
What I'm saying is, if you have a 1-800 blow up your enemy,
your friend,
or your worst, Corey, you're screwed. So.
All right.
If you hear a whistle. I'm saying that
if they give them a delete button for problems and make them go away, that's a different story. That's straight up gangster shit. That's good. That will work. They understand that kind of language in that part of the world very well. And that's really what it needs to come down to power. We're not going to psyop our way out of this one. Not with these guys. They've been through way too much. We've been through way too much. No one's going to buy it. And quite frankly, I think that's a bit of a lead on because I hear the talking points coming out of your mouth that I've heard from all over the place that, we just got to give them cover and the people will rise up. They hate the regime. They're very unpopular. Of course, the regime's unpopular. Every regime is unpopular. Are you willing to go out and die for it, though? And for what? Like, what would take its place? Do they have something? I don't think so. So the way out of it, there is a way out, and it does come through. There was a guy from Kazakhstan that stood up at one of the meetings with Trump, and he was like, Trump is bringing the world peace through construction. Like, that's why we believe in it. Okay. And I was like, okay, and then that's really this whole thing about setting up clear terms of service where everyone can build their own business model to maintain their own living standards, and we're not held hostage by this obfuscation of financialism that's been coming out of London for the last several hundred years that split the world up in the post-world wars and has just been an absolute disaster. That this is a way to unwind it, and then we also don't have to all kill each other anymore. But if you do, if you want to play, then fine, we'll play with you, but we'll just kill you and then move on to better things. We got shit to do. If that's been communicated to I just don't know in Iran what families are there, because it's going to come down to families, old families that are still carry that memory that can cut those kinds of deals. And I'm sure they're there. We're talking about the Persian civilization, very old.
Yeah. And they know how to find them.
Yeah, I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them. I don't know anything about the Chinese families. I don't like. Yeah. I wish someone needs to start writing a book about these guys, about all the different family factions, because it's hard to even understand the Western ones.
And we do have, like, the Newsom family, which is funny, like Gavin Newsom. No, but his family
runs
is connected.
A burger stand in this system. Like but yeah.
No, but I'm saying
his
like California.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have their own version of the connected. New Mexico, that's why that lady was very insistent that she had Luhan in her name. Here, the governor, Luhan is a very famous family name in New Mexico. That's why she emphasized it, even though she's divorced from that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's just, I don't know. It's just interesting the way family influence has it.
It matters. It matters because those old relationships are not on balance sheets. They're up here and in here. It's how you can cut a deal and how a man's word can mean something in a high stakes environment like Game of Thrones, where everyone's got a knife to each other's throat, but you still need to cut deals with each other. So,
well, even know exactly who is on point and who is in those families, and that's been going back for 1400s. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I just got to thinking about this when I lived in California. Like we lived in San Luis Obispo County. This guy with cash came in. His last name was Wyrick, and he started changing that county to fit his needs because he had the money to make it happen. And he owns Martin Wyrick Wineries, and he owns 805 Brew House, Firestone Brewery. And you see, I've heard of all these beer all over the country now. So that guy definitely knows how to get things done. Not saying manipulate, but he knows how to do
access. Access.
So we need to find the families in New Mexico that are on our side and influential, and start figuring out a power base to work with. So
that's the name of the game. Problem is, most of the families that have survived up into this point have completely and totally sold out. That's why they're still alive. Yeah. All the good guys, they've gone to ground pretty much, at least where I'm at. They're still rich, but they're not they don't have a bunch of businesses going. They're just kind of sitting on a bunch of illiquid assets.
Well, that's part of what I want to do when I come up there on Thursday.
You never know.
We're going to come up there. I'm going to go meet some of my friends from up there. We're going to talk to them and start building a coalition, I guess you would say. Start figuring out how to get Corey elected, because
Cody's going to be your shaman.
I finally got a shaman.
I don't know about all that.
I think white men need shamans. I think that's a thing that needs to come back.
Yeah.
If I could remember what a shaman is.
Just get I don't know, get an ammo can instead of a rattler. Just
okay. Here, hold on.
Some Mountain Dew instead of ayahuasca.
That's no fun then. Yeah, he would go to his closet, wouldn't he?
You don't have to tell them it's not ayahuasca. That'll be the fun part.
I got the ammo can. What?
Yeah, I'm just saying you have an ammo. Shake it while you chant Toby Keith song. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. You just go around the campfire, sing Toby Keith songs, and people elevate.
He doesn't have a song where you shake things.
No, God, you don't know. You clearly don't know what a shaman is, so that's fine.
I didn't say I did. That's why I was asking.
Well, you're now the shaman, so it's actually perfect that you don't know what it is. So do what comes naturally. Let the spirits guide you.
Google that, grok that.
It's fine.
There you go.
It's a spiritual leader that
what is a shaman?
Natural spirits. It's actually that is a good question for Grok.
Oh, I've reached my questions for the day limit.
You almost killed Colin right there in a cloud of smoke.
How do you spell Y?
Don't make fun of me.
But it's kind of interesting how this is all playing out. Did Ben get taken off the board? Did he not? And what's the play on that one? And what's going to happen? With the oil, where is it gonna be diverted? The shipping containers and oil containers are going to be diverted pretty soon.
We're already getting oil from Venezuela already.
Well, okay, so here's oil from Venezuela is that heavy sour crude, right? That's for
but But Houston has the refineries to do that.
Right. And we are getting that, but it's also for heavy sour crude, which pretty much that's only good for heavy shipping for the most part. And then all the derivatives that come out of it, obviously. Then the Straits of Hormuz, I mean, that's what powers, it's not even really what powers Europe necessarily, because LNG, like their primary importer would be from us coming out of Houston, going across the Atlantic, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong on these, is what my assumptions are. Strait of Hormuz, Japan gets 70% of its oil from that pass. So just to give you an idea. Yeah. So I think what this is doing is now they've forced the insurance companies, like they're not willing to take that risk, because if they didn't back off, I'm pretty sure there would be ships being blown up all over the place. Now that they'd be screwed that way. So they had to back off. And then what's the only insurance agency available? The U.S. Navy. Like, because that's really what insurance comes down to, is risk management over long-term contracts. But at these choke points, when you got a bunch of guys in the mountains and in caves taking pot shots with missiles at ships, that one hit is, there goes $1 billion, or
well, they did. They lit up a
several
oil tanker.
And but that's been happening for years, though, off and on. But they've been doing this for a while. They've been stealing ships outright. So I might be thinking of a different case. But the point is that go ahead. Wait, what?
We've been stealing ships for the last couple months.
No. I'm talking. Well,
we have.
Well, we've been sinking them. I'm talking about, like, there's been ships that actively have been, like, oil freighters that someone cut a deal with the captain on board or whatever, or the country of origin, and there's like a whole black market of oil shipping going on all over the world.
Well, we got a market right now that's the U.S. Coast Guard going and turn that and go that way. So,
well,
I think we've taken 10 crude carrying
of their oil ships,
oil tankers. I
know we captured 2, but they were all
way more
above.
than that.
Well, I know the 2, like, from like last month, that were like way above the sea line and we're not carrying oil. Like, they were carrying something else. I don't know what that was. I didn't know we seized anymore, but that wasn't really my point. I'm saying,
how many oil tankers has the U.S.?
All right, never mind. I have no idea what I was going down now. Good job, Cody. Congratulations. You go ahead.
We're up to 7.
That's
7 viewers.
3 short of 10.
7. No, let's see.
You said 10, so there's 3 short of 10.
Well,
10 oil tankers. As of March of 2023, the United States has seized 10 oil tankers.
Sorry,
as part of the maritime blockade.
From Venezuela or the other one?
Venezuela and Iran now, and Russia.
Oh, combined, all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. But the point is like, so who do you think the Houthis and the IRGC work for, like, as of everything we've learned right now? Like, who's funding them? Where do they get their money?
Well, not Iran anymore. So.
Right. Their biggest, if they were, this is the thing. If they were getting all their money from Iran, that's all pretty much cut off now. And money,
we have to get it.
It's not like these guys have stacks of cash lying everywhere. I mean, maybe some of them do, but they're probably just in time delivery when it comes to the supplies they need: food, water, electricity, power, comms, reinforcements, replacements. It's not like it takes like a constant cash flow to run even a guerrilla military operation.
Well, that's the reason they're trying to get rid of Iran out of this this position, so we can, get rid of the Houthis, Somalis, all that stuff.
Right. But again, who bankrolled these guys is the question. The Ayatollah came in from exile from France, where he had asylum, literally right there in front of you. That was Operation Ajax. when the Shah was overthrown. That was one of the first podcasts we talked about when you got very mad, or not mad, but like you were like, well, these guys have been trying to kill us, and I'm like, yes, that's the propaganda, but these guys are agents of foreign powers that definitely want to kill us, but they work for bigger baddies. Is my only point.
Well, I understand.
They're not agents unto themselves.
I've met people that were over there when they got taken over. It's just
it all happened. I'm just talking about the money.
I'm just saying the CIA is, the more I dig into it, the CIA has definitely been involved.
It's not even a question at this point. It's admitted. They say they were involved. Okay, I'll take your word for it, CIA. Sure.
You've never lied to us before. Why would you start now?
It was declassified documents that came out of the CIA. They didn't make a statement or anything about it, obviously, but I mean, that was declassified a long time ago. Very long time ago. And it was obvious, I think, at the time to people that were watching. But the same thing with all these moves, nothing political in the global stage and the world stage happens organically, of what we would think organically, like it's just the little peasants rising together to overthrow and, create problems, and they're all radicalized and they want to destroy the great Satan. That's not what's happening. The reason why the Ayatollahs first off started calling us the Great Satan is that's a good way to get anyone that's a friendly toward the West to raise their head up, because now everyone has to say that America's a great Satan, Israel's a great blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, you don't think that? It's kind of like what Saddam Hussein did when he took out his rivals. Like, this happens all the time. Like, you need a loyalty test for your the people around you and your population to make them like, okay, here's the social construct that we're all going to live under now. Abide by it or die. The Democrats and Republicans have tried to do something similar over here, where, Democrats, the whole woke thing, that was like a loyalty test for them.
Yeah.
Say the right combination of words, we know you were friendly.
Republicans
haphazardly tried to do it, and they still, but it's not really happening. But go ahead.
Well, and the whole like slang of like, let's go Brandon, and all that stuff too,
Yeah.
But
yeah. And then whenever someone retweets that or pushes that online, that's all captured, and everyone can see, and they can start aggregating like how much actual human engagement do we have with these different psychological operations that have a logical conclusion to the narrative that's been put in front of the person that's retweeting or posting about it. So then they can go, okay, we have popular demand on this. We can roll with this storyline, or they didn't buy that one. We'll have to back off of that one. It's a way for the powers that be to measure decision making going forward. That's one of the things. It's many other things besides that, but that's a big one, because you can't really do regime changes without. I think the Pentagon has finally accepted this as reality. I think they knew this a long time ago, that you cannot get an effective, long-term, stable regime change without popular support.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Well, when they saw all the people uprising in Iraq, they knew that was their chance to go.
Unless you hijack elections, I would say that. If you can control elections and you can create the perception that this is popular opinion, and you give like a 3% or 5%, 10% party and boost their volume level, make it look like they're bigger than they are, then you can easily do that. Something that, I mean, the Nazi party, that's similar to what happened with them. I mean, this happens in every regime change. It's always like some outside force amplifying their selected player. The UK is going through this right now with Reform and Restore. I don't know if you've been tracking that one. This is a very interesting example. But
Cody,
go ahead.
No, I totally agree. UK politics has always interested me with my whole family history over there. Them throwing everyone in jail over speech, and then they say they're a free country.
I think it's 30,000 arrests now.
Yeah, it's
close
terrifying.
to 30,000 was for social media posts.
Yeah,
and long sentences. Like, they're throwing people in for years for a post.
Yeah, for offensive language. So that's what
even-
they want to do.
It's not
That's
even
what they
language,
want to do
it's
here.
just saying like, I don't want Arabs or I don't want Muslims in my country. That'll put you in jail if you say that.
Yeah, and just because you don't, or and the thing that's impressive is the number of mosques. Like the two places that they're building a buttload of mosques is England and Texas.
Yeah, Texas is the golden jewel. Not the gold. It's the crown jewel of America. You take Texas, that's like taking Washington D.C. in many ways.
Well, we have like no mosque here in Las Cruces.
Yeah,
we do.
Yeah. I'm sure you got a few, but you're not
Las
a high
Cruces?
priority target. You guys aren't a huge.
I've never seen one, I guess I could say.
I mean, what's the population of New Mexico? Like a couple million? 5,
I don't think
10?
that much.
Less than 5? You're not a huge target. You kind of go along, like the southwestern states tend to kind of
2.13 million to 2.14 is the estimated.
The southwestern states fall under the umbrella of influence of Texas.
Well, yeah, we're a suburb. Yeah. New Mexico's a suburb of Texas.
Yeah. And
they have it up. They have mosques here in Albuquerque. They have them up in Santa Fe. They probably have them down in Las Cruces too.
I just haven't seen them. Usually, you can hear their call to prayer and all that other stuff.
Well, they're not allowed to do that in most places because of like noise violations and stuff like that. Like it's only been in a few cities that's been allowed. Dearborn.
Well, I think when I was in Dearborn, that was the biggest. I've been in Dearborn, and that place is nuts. The call to prayer.
Yeah. No, the videos are insane. It's like frozen Minneapolis. It's like, ooh. That is terrifying.
Yeah, so Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Las Cruces, Gallup, and Abiquiu.
Okay. Abiquiu?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Huh. Would never thought of that. Such a small out-of-the-way town?
Yeah, they have one up there. And they have one in where you are.
Makes sense. I wouldn't say it wasn't. I just said that usually you can pick them out pretty easily. But
it depends. Anyways, if they build them, the Eastern style.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing I'm relying on is my experience with Dearborn, Michigan.
Yeah, and, I've been to one here in Albuquerque at least twice. First time, and I went and listened to the speaker and stuff. And then the second time, dropping off food for a holy day, coffee or stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we said we were going to do an hour for this. Do you guys want to keep going, or what do you want to do?
Up to you.
Well, it's a good time to end on mosques.
I think we're at a good spot.
Yeah. And so make sure you comment, like, subscribe, especially the Patreon. Definitely hit that up. Definitely use that. And looking forward to that t-shirt getting sent out and seeing who gets it.
We have some new I put up a new shirt too. I've really been getting in because of all the hiking, the UV shirts. So there's 2 UV shirts up there that say battle ready on them with the crosshairs in the chest. And so we got some new shirts up there. My dad likes one. I think he says he's going to buy one, but yeah. So if you guys, the link to the description will be in the description of the video. If you want to support us, we'd appreciate it. So go ahead and take a look at that. Colin, you got anything you want to say?
No, via con Dios, everybody.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted, and help me stay home with my young daughter. So, all right, thank you guys.